I don't feel like wasting anybody's time, so I'm going to make this intro quick. AliExpress is a website where you buy cheaply made goods for a cheap price. The Legend of Zelda is a Nintendo franchise where you play as a little girl and you have to defeat Shrek. Put them together, you get this video. We don't really need to go over anything else, let's just go shopping. Alright, as per usual, I'm on AliExpress and I am not signed in so that we can get whatever they want to recommend to us. Well, first things first, we gotta click on some underwear. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what situation you would be in where you would need to buy underwear from AliExpress, but this seems very interesting. Just looking through, I really like this one because it looks like, you know, there's a big hole on the underwear and Link is about to enter into wherever that's leading. The idea of novelty underwear really just makes me laugh because, like, at the end of the day, you're going to be the only person knowing that you're wearing this. You have to live with that burden. I mean, I guess there is another situation where somebody else would know what your underwear looks like, but I mean, I don't really know if I can say that. I mean, I guess I'll say it when you get pantsed. But it's 50% off, and you can have underwear where Link is entering into your divine beast, so let's go ahead and add it to cart. Not too sure what specifically we should be looking for here. I kind of like this Champions Clothes t-shirt. Look at this. Look, so this obviously very clearly is The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, as we all know. I mean, this is very famous for being The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. I'm curious if they just found this artwork somewhere and just used this, or if they specifically made this, like they took Wind Waker artwork and then just plastered on the Breath of the Wild logo on top of that. Either way, I have to buy this. This kind of reminds me of those, there's like t-shirts where it's Owen Wilson's face and it says Nirvana and stuff like that, just misattributing stuff. This reminds me so much of that. Oh, I see the sizes. I'm realizing now this is a children's shirt, but that cannot deter me. I'll just buy the biggest children's shirt that they have and hopefully it'll fit. I like the idea of a cosplay set, right? That could be fun, but I really don't want to spend $100 on barely any fabric, and just it's just not worth it. I'm probably gonna end up getting this, right? Like this one is $30, okay, but it's probably not. Yeah, that's just one piece. It's just the quiver, the whole thing. $400. I'm not gonna spend that much. If we can find a cosplay set that's cheaper than this, for sure we'll buy it, but as it stands, I'm not spending, you know, $340 on this. This will probably show up. All right, I did a little bit of investigating and I found this. This is not Tears of the Kingdom, it's Breath of the Wild, the Champion's Tunic, but it is $55, which is significantly cheaper than all of the other ones. A lot of the other ones that I see are about this much stuff, but for double, sometimes triple the price. As you can see, it includes the tunic, the underwear. I don't really need the underwear, I just bought some. It comes with the blets, armband, and gloves. So that's really all that you need, to be honest with you. I'm curious to see the quality of this. There is a pretty significant price difference in these and some of the other ones that I've seen. This is by far the cheapest one. So I'll buy this and we'll kind of see why the price is so low. This honestly looks kind of cute. It's a Korok plush. Well, I guess I shouldn't say Korok. It's a peripheral forest elf seed man. It can't be too legally distinct. But I like the way that it looks. It's pretty cute. I can put it up on my shelf and then write it off on my taxes. So I'm going to go ahead and add this to cart. Oh, you know what? This picture reminded me, since I'm going to be doing a cosplay, I should probably get a blonde wig since I am not blonde and I want to, you know, have the full experience. So let me look at that. Clearly, I gotta go with the cheapest option of the $9 wig. They say you get what you pay for. Let's put that to the test. I know good wigs can go for a lot of money, but maybe good wigs can go for a little bit of money too. Fingers crossed. All right, so this looks pretty cool. I think I'm gonna get this too. Last time, whenever I did AliExpress buying stuff for Splatoon, I bought a little Splattershot Lego set, and that was kind of cool. You know, it was a real quick put together thing. This looks like it's gonna be a bit more involved, which I like, and it's pretty cheap. Obviously, we know Legos are very expensive, so 365 pieces seems like it'll actually be pretty cool, especially to have sitting up on a shelf or something like that. So we'll go ahead and purchase this. Product feature: you need do-it-yourself by yourself to build up the toy. Noted. The assembly process helps to foster manipulative ability. Well, that's good to hear because I myself, being a very big manipulator, this is right up my alley. I suppose to round out the whole set, I should probably get a Master Sword. That's kind of like the iconic Link thing. So let's see if I can find a good Master Sword. All right, I found this. It's a little bit expensive, but it looks kind of nice. It almost looks metallic. I doubt that it's metallic for sure, but it says that it's 1-to-1. I have been searching through and finding things that were very, very small for a very small price, and I keep getting tricked. I'm tired of getting tricked. I think I might just go ahead and buy this. 999 pieces at most per customer. That's a shame you just lost my business because I was planning on buying 1,000 master swords, but I guess if I can't do that here, I'll just have to go somewhere else. Alright, I've heard of this before. This is a little diamond painting set. I've heard people talk about diamond painting. I don't fully know what it is, and the product is not really giving me too much information as to what it is. I think you put little like rhinestones, different colored rhinestones, and it makes the picture. It is a bit concerning that you can't see what the finished product looks like, and instead it's just artwork from Nintendo. So I kind of want to buy this to see if it ends up looking any good or not. I don't know. I mean, I guess I'm just gonna have to go with this because everything else is, I believe, stolen artwork. This definitely is. So I'll go with the pretty safe bet of this. And I believe that's going to do it. I don't want my wallet to be hurting too bad, but I think we got a pretty good mix of stuff. So I guess I'll see you guys in a month or two whenever this stuff actually shows up.
Wow! Well, it wouldn't be one of these kinds of videos without me opening up everything before everything gets here. Currently, the only thing that I'm still waiting on is that rhinestone picture. I don't even remember what that thing was called, but that has not arrived yet. It said that it has no tracking number. Now that it's in the United States, nobody knows where it is. It could be in my mailbox right now. It could still be in China. Nobody knows. I can only assume that the UPS driver saw it, realized that it was something that they really wanted to do, and then did it for me. I think I'm just going to start tearing into them. I believe this is the Korok plush, and I think I kind of want to start with this just because I know it's going to be a pretty safe bet. All right, yeah, I mean, it's cute. It looks like a little Korok. It has a tail, which I didn't expect. Yeah, man, so it's a Korok plush, exactly as expected. I don't know if there was really any way to mess this up, but if they did, I think I would be more surprised by that. It doesn't feel very good. It's not soft. It's quite the opposite, actually. I'm gonna directly compare it with this small Fry plush that I got in the last AliExpress video that I did. This feels much softer and honestly a little nicer. This feels cheaply made. I mean, this feels cheaply made too, but this also feels a bit more cheaply made, and it also has a tail for some reason. I don't know if Koroks have tails. I'm not too indebted in the Legend of Zelda lore, so if Koroks have tails, then I guess this is good for learning information. Let's get into the worst items. This is the Master Sword, so they say. Right off the bat, I can tell that this is not going to be what I thought it was going to be. I was expecting it to be... I didn't think that it was going to be metal, okay? I'm not that stupid, but I did think that it might have a little bit of weight to it or be a little bit nicer because I think I paid almost $40 for this, which is not the most for a replica sword, right? You can get a lot worse, but this feels very, very light. I cannot convey that, obviously, in the video, but it is very light. To be honest, it's packaged quite nicely, quite securely, which is weird that they would even go these lengths because I feel like I could drop this. I mean, it's clearly foam, so it's not gonna really break. They don't need to have all of this packaging. Oh, wait. This is actually looking a little better than I expected it to. And don't let my surprise fool you, because this still does not seem like it'll be great, but it is quite reflective, which I thought that this was just gonna look like foam and really not look good, but it looks like it may be an okay display piece. At the end of the day, that's probably what you would be buying it for as opposed to actually sword fighting with this. So that's probably all that we need if I can actually get into it. Right now, we're getting a little far in the video and I still have not made it through the second layer of packaging. Hopefully I'm not damaging it with this knife. Okay, so it is quite small, much smaller than anticipated, but it feels kind of nice. It feels okay. I wouldn't say nice. I don't know if this is really what the Master Sword... Is it this small in the game? I guess it kind of is. It's not huge, but the 800 layers of packaging really made it seem like this was going to be much bigger than it was. I think this would be cool, you know, as a display piece. You put it hanging back in the background of a video or something like that. If you got like the big gaming setup and you don't go outside, you can hang this up on your wall and people will be like, oh, that's the Master Sword, so they know not to like come to your house anymore or anything like that. And then of course for cosplays, this seems like it would be pretty expensive. I believe, like I said, it was $40, which seems like a lot, but It doesn't seem like the worst quality. I've only ever held this Master Sword, which if you're cosplaying, I guess you would want something light as opposed to something that's heavy and feels like a real sword. You'd want something, if you're holding it on your back, you don't want it to be that much of a burden. So if this was something that you're trying to cosplay with, it seems like something that you could give it a go and then maybe put it on display at your house, in your room, in your gamer room. Overall, this is pretty good. You're probably getting what you pay for. It's not a steal, it's not a ripoff, it's the Master Sword. Next up, I'm actually sort of excited for this one. These are the Legos, the Guardian blocks. Last time I did this, I got a Splattershot Lego set that took way too long to put together for this size. This was 90 pieces. I don't remember how many pieces are supposed to be in this, but I do know it is a lot more than what this was. That being said, I do think that the Guardian version of this will have a better kind of display value, I guess. I think from what I could tell in the pictures, it looked like it would be fairly large. It's hard to tell the scale in those types of photos. So I think it'll be fairly large. There's a ton of pieces in here. I can already feel it. I don't know if my camera is going to be able to handle how long I put this together. Also, it says that I bought this on the 20th of April, 2009. So if you ever wonder how long it takes me to plan these videos, that long. I do know from last time that it's going to be online instructions, which I don't like that much, but it saves paper. I think it was a waste with the Splattershot, which was like a couple pages of like one instruction. So I think with more, I guess, work to be done, this probably makes more sense. It is saving paper, other than the insane amount of plastic that is already being wasted with making this stuff. These are Legos, they are plastic. How to find the product code, view tutorial. Let me see the tutorial. The code, mind you, is on the same thing where I had to scan for the QR code. So I'd love to see what else they could teach me in terms of getting this information. If you already made it to the web page and you can't look down just a little bit, they have a tutorial that can help out. My theory last time was that they make you go through all this so that the, I guess, directions don't get leaked and you can just remake them with real Legos, because that would be much easier. From what I can tell, these are all standard Lego parts that they just tried to copy. So if you had, in theory, the scrap pieces and then the instructions, you wouldn't need to buy the product. I think that would make more sense with the Splattershot, just because that is a couple pieces that you would probably have lying around. This seems like a lot, and especially, you know, some more specialized type pieces, right? It seems less simple than the other one, I'll say that. I'm scared to see how high this goes. Mind you, I'm on Wi-Fi. This should download quick, and it's not, and that scares me. Oh wait, it says it right there. The file size is 40 megabytes. Okay, well, I think while that downloads, let's put the Legos away for now. We'll save them for later, and I'll open up the other items. I have two left. Maybe they combine some stuff in this one, but I should have the whole cosplay set, a pair of the Legend of Zelda underwear, and then a shirt. This is the shirt. I assume all this is cosplay stuff. I'll just open up the shirt and see. This was the very legitimate Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild t-shirt. We got it. This is the oh, it's on both sides. Oh yeah, so people can tell, you know, when you're walking through the front and when you're walking through the back. So this is our Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, famously known cartoony art style. As we all know, the cel-shaded Toon Link was first shown off in Breath of the Wild. Well, first he came in Smash, but then of course through Breath of the Wild. Now, as we all know, we may be familiar with this little doohickey right here. The main thing from the Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, we can see there, it's the Master Sword. I don't know what Link is holding in this photo. Looks a little bit like something that can wake wind. Not really sure, you know, what that thing could be, but this is very clearly the Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. You might be saying that looks a little bit small. I'm pretty sure that they're only kid sizes. Could I fit into this? I guess I have to try. I mean, what would you do? You see me in the streets, I'm wearing this, clearly a child's shirt. Tears of the Kingdom, as of recording this, has not come out. It comes out, you know, in roughly 2 weeks. But my guess, my little assumption is that this is going to be an unlockable shirt in the game. You know how in the first one they had like the unlockable Nintendo Switch shirt? Well, for Tears of the Kingdom, it's going to be the Legend of Zelda Wind Waker Breath of the Wild Tears of the Kingdom shirt that you can put Link in and he can run around. It's also going to be really small so you can like see his belly button. It's going to be really cool. Everybody's going to eat it up. I kind of want to like Hulk rip out of this, but I also like the shirt because it's really funny. I guess I need to kind of review it as well. I guess I don't have to. You guys saw the shirt. It was funny. I could be over it. But I did notice that it doesn't feel like, it's not cotton at all. It's very, I don't even know what material this would be, but it's similar to like the hoodie that I got in the last video, in the Animal Crossing one, where it's not cotton and it's like they printed it. I don't know how to describe it, but if you've ever thought of like a really, really cheap shirt that feels almost like a cloth or something, it's more like that. It's not made of cloth. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm rambling. It's just a stupid shirt. What do you guys want from me? I bought a stupid shirt. Oh, wait. We're closing in on the 40 megabytes. We're currently at 37, so we may have to put this on hold. I was going to go ahead and start opening this, but we're getting pretty close to the megabytes that we got to get to so that we can start messing with this Guardian. So we'll hold off for now. Do you guys ever think about like what we're doing here? Why we're placed on Earth? Somebody was placed on this Earth to make a Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild Wind Waker shirt. Somebody was put on this Earth to review that shirt. That person was me. Really makes you think, what's your place? Person watching this, were you put on Earth just to watch this? Just to watch me review these products? Was that all that you were here to do? It could be. Find out next time on... Didn't it say... Alright, well, so the website says that the file size is 40.052 megabytes. We are currently at 42 megabytes. Oh, there it is. All right, so this is only 41 pages. To put it in perspective, whenever I got this one, it downloaded almost instantly, and it was like 200 pages, so I don't know why this took so long to download. They were probably trying to steal my information, and maybe they couldn't. Maybe they didn't like what they saw, but let's get building. I can see what I can assume is going to be a trend with these, that it's telling me to do everything 6 times, assumably for the legs, but that's going to get old really quick whenever more of the steps get more complicated, I think. Oh, this looks really confusing. Well, we'll see once we get down there, once we make these pieces. I think the main issue, at least what I'm assuming, is going to be the instructions being very unclear and difficult to keep up with. The Legos are very, very clear and concise when it comes to their instructions. It's pretty much like, hey, take this. They show you the coordinates of where your hand should be whenever you're putting everything together. With this, it's like, hey, idiot, figure this out. I think I might have been enjoying this more if it wasn't on camera and I wasn't worried about like space on my SD card and the camera overheating and getting through this video and like opening up other products. I think if I was just building this, you know, in my leisure, it might be a little bit better. I'm not 100% sure. I can't confirm that. But I think right now just having to do all of this in a video and try to be entertaining and everything is probably making this a little bit less fun than it normally would be. All right, that's all of those. I'm definitely losing a bit of my spirit, a bit of my energy here on these steps, and I'm only 2 steps in, which is concerning for the rest of this. But from what I can see, the rest of these steps are really weird and should go by quick. They're like basically saying to put everything together. Okay, I think what I'm gonna do is go ahead and pause the recording here, and I'll just show you what it looks like at the end. I don't need to keep filming myself just putting this together silently. I don't think that's gonna be fun for anybody, so I'll see you when this thing is done and give you my thoughts on that. Hello? Okay, it's been a while, but I have completed everything and I have a few thoughts, so let's go over that. Let's start with the positives, and that is that this thing looks very cool. With the positives out of the way, I have a lot of issues with this thing. First off, you may be noticing the pieces are falling off. That is because these pieces are not, I guess, designed for this part, and that's like that on various other areas of this. I won't get too far into this, but I think if I pick this up to move it, it's going to fall apart. I can pick it up very carefully, but I know that there are going to be pieces that fall off, so that's not great. You want to tell them what you think? Yeah, this is your recording studio. That's the first thing. Second off, the experience of putting this thing together was really bad. I don't know how much of it I'm going to show. I shut off the recording, but the second step, pieces were not going together how they were expecting to. They were running into each other. I don't know if it's a quality assurance thing or if they used the wrong pieces or what, but these things were not going together correctly, mainly on that second step. After that, it started to get a little bit smoother, but it really was not working out quite right. That really did kind of ruin the whole experience for me. As I was putting this together, I was starting to get frustrated. I was wanting to quit. I do like the end product, but I don't think that it was worth the time and the effort that it took to actually put this thing together. I just checked to see what the price of this was. It was about $15, which is very cheap. When you want to buy a set of Legos, $15 is not going to get you something of this size, which to mention, this is a lot bigger than I thought that it was going to end up being. It's a pretty good size if you want to put it on display somewhere. That being said, you definitely get what you pay for. This felt like $15 worth of Legos. In terms of recommendation, this is going to be like an actual, should you buy this or not if you're thinking about it, because a lot of people do not want to spend the Lego money to put together Legos. But with this, I do think that you get what you pay for, and if you want to get Legos, save that little bit of extra money and it's going to save you the headache. If you want something that looks good like this, just go buy a figurine of a Guardian. The whole point of Legos is the experience of putting it together, and the experience of putting this together was not good. It sucked. So save your money, wait till I drop merch, and then spend it on that instead of wasting it on this. This was not worth it. This should be the full set. I bought like the shirt, the Breath of the Wild Champions tunic. I bought a wig separately, and then I bought underwear separately. The underwear, of course, you're not going to be able to see, but it's going to help with the mindset of Breath of the Wild. They don't tell you at YouTube school that you may end up being one of the ones that opens up underwear from a discount store website on your YouTube channel. That just kind of gets randomly assigned to you at graduation. Now, I was a little bit concerned. I wasn't sure if it was going to have a front and a back, but it does, so that's great. You don't have to wear the underwear backwards to complete the joke. I mean, the jokes really just write themselves. You've got a giant hole that Link's about to walk into that you're going to wear on your backside. That's funny, right? I bought this with real life money. These look a little bit large. I don't know if they'll fit. Well, I mean, I'm not actually going to put these on. I know I make jokes like that a lot in the video, but I'm really not going to put on underwear from AliExpress. I think that may do more harm than good to the stuff down there. I think this is the wig. Don't know. Not 100% sure. Never bought a wig before, much less from AliExpress, so we'll see. Presentation is everything when it comes to opening up a product, and boy am I being presented with something. Am I really gonna put this on my head straight out of the box too? I mean, should I like spray some disinfectant on it or something? No, I'll be fine, I'm sure. How's it look, guys? Do I look like Link? Okay, that fits a little bit better, I think. How this looks awful. This does not at all look like Link. I mean, granted, I can only see myself in the little viewfinder here and on my computer screen, so I'm not, maybe this looks better than I'm thinking it does, but for now, I don't have high hopes that I'm gonna end up looking like Link from The Legend of Zelda. That's my assumption for now. And finally, what we've all been waiting for, the full cosplay set of Breath of the Wild Link. Oh, it comes with ears, and it comes with a Sheikah slate. Wait, so I don't even think that they were advertising that on there. I mean, I'm not complaining. A Sheikah slate, that's kind of cool. I need to figure out how to put all this on. So it's probably white shirt first, blue shirt after, belts, Sheikah slate, armband. I don't know. Let me figure this out. I need to take off the wig first. I don't know how well you're going to be able to see this, but here on the packaging it says elegance comes from the heart. So let's keep that in mind whenever I put on this costume. It's times like these that you really think, why am I doing this? What's the point of this? What's the point of any of this? Okay, well, I just put it on, and to be honest, it doesn't look as bad as I thought it was gonna look. It's kind of fine. It fits fairly decent. I've got the Sheikah slate on, right? You can see that. I'm holding the Master Sword. Do I look like Breath of the Wild Link? I mean, what do you guys think? I don't think this is really that bad. And don't you guys worry, I'm gonna put on the wig. The wig will be coming soon. Oh yeah, you can kind of see the ears. You can see the ears on that side a little bit. All right, so the ears are on, right? It looks halfway decent. I got the sword. I got the whole fit on. I mean, do I look like Link? Do I look like I'm about to hit a baseball? But I mean, that's the whole set. Other than pants, it didn't come with pants. But rest assured, I am currently wearing the boxers underneath here. So let me do what I think will be the final piece to the puzzle, which is, of course, the wig. I've got a little bit too much of my own hair in the way. Ideally, I think you would want to put on some type of hairnet, something to, keep the hair away, out of reach, out of the area. I don't have that, believe it or not. What do you think, folks? Is this everything that you imagine this video is going to be? I'm Link. What if you run into me, in the middle of Hyrule, and I'm like, hey, what's up? It's me. I'm Link. Give me your credit card information. Are you hyped for Tears of the Kingdom? Honestly, I mean, I think if I shaved, it probably would sell the illusion a little bit better, make the cosplay work a little bit more than how it does, but I am not shaving for this. It's not worth it. But for a cosplay set, this was 50 bucks. Most of them were going for like $150 to $200, and this gets the job done. Like, I'm never wearing this anywhere. If I was to wear this to some type of convention, if I was that type of person, I think this would be fine. Like, it's breathable. The sword is pretty light, so I could maybe have it on my back, maybe. Yeah, so I got the sword, right? Give you the full wrap around, right? You got the sword, and then you can pull it out like Link does, and he does like a little spin move. Might break something, but then he goes in and stabs Ganondorf. That's the whole fit. I don't know what you want me to say. 50 bucks if you want to get something like this, go ahead. Nobody's stopping you. That $50 is yours, and it could be an AliExpress seller's, and then you could have this. That's how transactions work. Let's see the end of the video.
Well, in the wise words of Link from The Legend of Zelda, he's a silent protagonist. The more that I stare at the sword, the more I realize that this thing can definitely not pierce all the way through Ganon's humongous chest, so Link is definitely dying in Tears of the Kingdom. Now, I know what you're thinking. Weren't you supposed to get another item, that little diamond painting thing? And I did receive that. I saw how small the diamonds were that I would have to do, and yeah, I'm not doing that. I know you may be thinking to yourself right now, Mike, you really got scammed, but consider this. You just watched me open my mail for 30 minutes, so who really got scammed? I'm planning on posting this video when Tears of the Kingdom comes out, so let me know. How is it? Is it good? Did my prediction come true? Is that little Breath of the Wild Wind Waker shirt actually in the game? If not, return your copy. I think that you're allowed to do that. Thank you guys for making it all the way to the end. I appreciate you checking this one out, and I will see you in the next one.